Deftones, Hole in the Earth, for drop C tuning in the original key, guitar tabs, and guitar lesson. This is for all the folks who like to play in the drop C white pony tuning, like to keep it there, without changing the key or anything or having to mess with any of their tunings. All right, so we'll have the C, G, C, F, A, D, and into this initial intro section here, it's just this really syncopated pattern here with the back and forth between an E and a D power chord. And so with this tuning here, we'll be at the fours initially. So just fours on the C, G, C, the 6, 5, and 4 string there. And it's just a 1, 2, 3, 4 down to twos. And then we do a quick 2, 4 to twos, 2, 4, and then a couple more strums on the 4. And then for the intro and later on this interlude, we just stay on the twos for a bit, and it's just kind of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 type strum, and we just carry that out for the remainder of the measure there. And then we kind of do this little switch where we don't necessarily repeat like the whole from the intro. We kind of like start a little bit into the strums of the fours because we're coming off of a little 2, 4, 2 at the end of the previous section. So it's this kind of distinct pattern, that you just have to kind of get used to there. And the intro ends by kind of starting as we usually do, with just strumming out those fours, going to twos, 2, 4s, 2, 2, 4s, 2, and then just 4s to 2, and we just hit the twos there and just let it ring into the verse. For the verse, we're just kind of sliding up some octaves here on the 5th and 3rd string here, so the G and the F string. We'll have the 11 on the 5th string, 13 on the 3rd string, and we just kind of give it a couple strums, slide it up to the 12 and 14, hang out there for a little moment, drop it down to the 6s and 8s, and then just kind of strum those right on tempo, maybe about 7 or 8 of them. Slide them back up to the 11 and 13 for a couple strums, and just repeat that. The second guitar for kind of the second part of the verse comes in with this bit, just some high arpeggiation up here on the 3rd and 4th string. We'll start with the 14 on that middle C string, the 4th string, and then we go to the 13 on the 3rd string, back to the 14 on the 4th string. All right, and then we'll come up to the 2nd string here, go 12, back to the 13 on the 3rd string, and then the 14 on the 4th string. And repeat those, that chunk of arpeggiation 4 times. And then we get into this fun little dissonant thing where we'll be 13 on the 3rd string, hit the 12 on the 2nd string, back to that 13 3rd string. Then we go 15 on the 3rd string, 12 on the 2nd string, back to the 15 on the 3rd string. For the chorus, we get a cool arpeggiation here. We'll be up here at 11 on the 1st string, 12 2nd string, 13 on the 3rd string. Repeat that twice, and then we just make that 11 a 14. All right, so we'll go 14 1st string, 12 on the 2nd string, 13 on the 3rd string, and then we'll kind of pick back through it, hit the 12 2nd string, 11, pull that 14 off, back through the 11 on the 1st string, and then just come up, hit that 13 on the 3rd string one final time. Pretty much repeat everything up to that point, leave off like that final 13, and at this end of this first chorus, we'll just come up and hit this little part of a D chord here with the 12 2nd string, 14 on the 1st string. All right, once we get into this outro here, we're kind of just taking a real condensed version of that intro and interlude back and forth power chord, E to D power chord there. We'll do our strum of the 4s, come off to 2, do the 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, and at that point, we just repeat from there. So we're kind of cutting it short and just repeating like just that first initial section. And at the outro, the very end there, we get this new little riff, and I like to do this kind of octave vibe here, where we'll be at the 4s on the low C and the middle C, so just get the octaves here. We just hit the 4s, and then we do real quick, slide the 4s to 5s, and then back down here to 2s, and it's just a real quick move there. And then we just repeat that little move, that riff, a handful of times, and then just end the whole thing hitting the big D chord at the 2s on the C, G, C. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.